All right, we're going to get this meeting started. Please stand.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
I was looking at
Get here early one night, you know.
All right, the regular meeting minutes. Approval.
I'll make a motion that we approve.
Okay.
a second.
Any discussion? Those in favor say aye.
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 Opposed? General bills. Who did the general bills?
I think I got them. I'm looking at the general fund, vouchers 9 through 36, totaling $21,904.48. I'll move they be paid.
Give a second.
I'll second it.
Any discussion on the general bills?
No.
Those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Highway bills.
That was me, and I make a motion to pay vouchers 4 through 22 for $26,605.07. We had a couple of repairs on pieces of equipment that were between $3 to $4 grand, and then our Morabito bill was pushing $10,000. Other than that, just routine bills.
Okay. Did we have a second on that? Or did you make the motion?
Caleb made the motion.
I made the motion.
You seconded it? Okay. Those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Okay, as long as we're doing that, everybody should have a page 8. These are budget adjustments. You can see from your paper, nothing changed. We just had to change the classification where they were being accounted for. So nothing in our budget changed whatsoever, just a bookkeeping change, but I need board approval. So I'll make the motion that we accept these budget adjustments.
I'll second that.
Any discussion? Those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Thank you. Monthly reports. Please receive and file.
I'll make the motion to receive and file the chief's clerk and code and dog and supervisor reports.
Second.
Can I add December and January on dog and December and January on supervisor?
Okay.
Thanks.
Was that a second
No, that was a,
correction?
nope, I can't remember.
I'll second.
I don't remember what it is.
It was a Kevin. Can I have a second on that, please?
I second it.
Any discussion? Those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Privilege of the floor. I see we got a few people here. Started it out with the mayor.
We have a new village trustee, Ed Porter, was sworn in last night, so he'll fill my seat,
Nice.
which since I got bumped up to mayor. And then I see we have Jay right behind me. And that's the other discussion is we are looking to right-size our fire department fleet, combining 2 trucks into one, and Jay, step in anytime you want. Which will be more beneficial for the towns because it'll be a more versatile truck for rural areas with the pump attachment and a little bit more agile to get into those areas where a larger engine cannot get to. So we've got 3 quotes that we're looking at now. We will keep your fire district and yourselves apprised as we move forward on this.
Appreciate that. Questions?
You did really good, Jay.
Oh, I'm doing great. So I had given Mike a copy of what we're going through and trying to keep him in the loop as far as the direction we're headed. It just makes sense. We can get to these draft sites a lot easier. We can get to these smaller driveways and everything to attack the fire. It's going to be a 1500 GPM pump. So it's going to be a Class A pumper, but it's going to be half the cost and it's gonna do all the same stuff, so. I know that, speaking with Mike, you guys do pay, a fire tax to the village as well, but also the price tag's a little high, so I was just wondering, once we shore some things up as far as funding for it, if you guys had any reserves funds set aside to assist in offsetting that to hit the taxpayers, so.
Yep, we'll take a look at that as we get stuff firmed up.
Will you be selling a vehicle when you receive this new one?
Yep, so we're looking at, the initial hit off the bat was a three-step, three-phase process. We combined, our mini rescue and our brush truck to do a, utility body, like what Mike drives, honestly is what it is. Well, we have, all the gear on it for, to be able to throw a dirty hose in the back, things like that, because cancer in the fire service is real these days, so we gotta like, make sure we're not carrying that home with our families. So that helps out. The phase 2 is gonna be to get this mini pumpers, replace 511 and 501, which is our draft truck, which goes to suck out of the creeks and all that stuff in the town, things like that. But also it can, and then 511 also responds to brush fires, wires down, trees down, all that stuff. So that truck's gonna handle all that. And phase 3 is to replace 541, which is our heavy rescue. It doesn't have a pump on it. Doesn't really roll as much, but it's got a lot of equipment in case we do need it, and 501. So we're trying to eliminate a fire truck. It's essentially the size of the fire department isn't getting any bigger. The trucks keep getting bigger, so we need more space. We also know that having one vehicle for one form of operation is not appropriate for the modern day fire service. So, in 542, the new mini rescue has shown it's been well worth what we paid for it. So, and going forward, this is where we're at. So, it's the mini pumper is more beneficial to the town than anything. So that's why we're just asking. Is all. Ultimately, it's up to you guys. But if you have any questions, I've been in talks with Mike, giving him all sorts of stuff. I know that Kevin, did you come down for the 1 mini pumper demo from Truxton?
Yeah,
Was it you?
I did, yeah.
So just things like that, just to see where we're at, so you know what vision we have for the future.
So that's the truck that you're gonna try to pursue, something like that.
Those have been real interested in it also because eventually we're gonna have to build a bridge that can support that truck.
And it's a lot less heavy than,
Right, so we're not, from the first time around to the second time around, I went up a couple of tons, but we haven't built a bridge yet, so it doesn't matter.
but just going forward and just where we're at, where we are, where we wanna be and all that stuff and the steps process of where we're headed, it's working out, so I just, if you guys have any questions, we have numbers, we have all that stuff and the reason why we wanna go that route, so.
The trucks that it will be replacing are also past they're getting towards the end of their useful life. So
93 and 99 and in 2001.
No, again, we're very fortunate to have such a great fire department here in
That's right.
the village and the town. So,
Thank you.
Thanks, guys.
very appreciative of it.
Great. Hi, everybody. It's good to be here. I won't take too long, but I do want to keep you abreast of a number of things going on at Cortland County. This month, I will be traveling as a delegation of legislators to NISAC. That's the New York State Association of Counties Conference. It's going to be held in Albany the week of February 27th. We are going to have the opportunity to engage with state legislators there. So if there are any particular issues of concern to the board you'd like me to take to Albany, I've met with the village, same offer there. But I really want to hear from you as to what I should be speaking with State Senator Webb, Assemblyman Gallahan, and other state legislators about concerns that affect us. On the agenda for this month at the county, a number of rather significant changes to our rules of order and our bylaws. Most significantly, a vote to rescind all statutory committee and legislative meetings for the month of July indefinitely. That is something that I do oppose. I don't think it's a particularly fiscally responsible move to taxpayers for us to take our statutory committee meetings off through the month of July. But if you have any questions about the particular changes, and there are more to our rules of order, please let me know. Centro, the county is moving in a big way away from TransDev and towards Centro. If you're familiar, Centro has long serviced the Syracuse area and is now coming to Cortland County, so we're very excited about that. And broadband, that's a big move in our direction. We're working with the Central New York Regional Planning Board to create several dozen miles of fiber optic cable, which will be running through the town of Homer. So I'm very excited to see that happen. It's a project that is going to get started this year. And so I will keep all of you updated as that continues to move forward.
Where do we stand on the sales tax talks? I thought they were gonna be starting up right along.
I anticipate probably March, although I don't have any verified way to determine that. But I will reassure every single town board member my opposition to the sales tax agreement in any way is steadfast. It will increase taxes in the town and village of Homer, as well as a number of other municipalities, and it will force hard budgetary choices on our municipalities. I'm strongly against it, and I will keep all of you as closely in the loop on that as possible.
I just wanna make sure that as a supervisor that I am and
Absolutely.
our mayor is invited to that talks, because we are the second or third biggest sales
Absolutely.
tax raisers in the county. So I think it's important that we're there for these discussions, even though we don't technically have a say, it does affect us.
Absolutely, and I will note that sales tax, per the Cortland standard, today or yesterday, is up. So that's all the more reason as to why I have some resignations about the sales tax agreement. So absolutely, municipalities, including Homer, need to have a seat at the table.
We appreciate that.
Thank you.
As long as we're in the privilege of the floor, is there anyone else? Okay, moving on then, Kyle, Highway Superintendent update.
Good.
You guys busy?
Plowing, that's about it.
Do you have any salt? Is the salt thing a real
Well,
thing?
We've got 70 tons coming.
I keep hearing
I've heard a whole
murmuring
bunch of
that,
different
yeah.
stories, the people I talk to, we can get it no problem.
Okay, good.
We don't have it yet, but it's supposed to be coming this week, later on this week, so. But I did hear that, Caleb, thanks for calling. But yeah,
That's good.
we've been going through our pile pretty good, but we still got quite a bit left, so.
We keep them Rapido in business?
Yeah, we've been going through some fuel, that's for sure, yeah, yep. But,
Gotta do what you gotta do.
yeah, the weather dictates that, so.
We got some more coming.
We plowed, more in January than we did all last year,
Isn't that something?
so,
I
It's
believe
like a
that.
good old fashioned winter again, isn't it?
That's right.
so. Appreciate all the help and support. Any questions, comments, or concerns, reach out.
How's the new truck running?
We're gonna go right through that here in a second, so Kyle can't go anyplace, so when he gives his report, I got 4 items that directly affect Kyle.
Yeah, sure.
So the next one, I wanna get, what I'm calling the highway superintendent a credit card. We've already filled out the paperwork, it's gonna come through our local bank, it's a regular credit card, not a debit card like what I got for the supervisors, so a credit card. And then with $1,000 limit to start with, so that he can buy gas and different items, or if they gotta run down and pick up a tool or something. Right now, they have no means of doing this other than paying cash for it, or, there's a lot of places we don't have a charge account. And a lot of, like Harbor Freight, they will not give you credit, business credit or anything, so. I'd like to get that approved, we gotta have a board motion on it to get that approved, and then that'll be Kyle. And the thing with the credit card, we'll get a statement every month, we pay it every month, there'll never be any interest occurred on it. So it'll be a better way of keeping track, it'll be easier for clerks, cause then they can do their, voucher, one voucher, where I make it difficult with them because, the card that I have, the debit card's hard to voucher it. So it does make sense to do it that way. Talk with our accountants and everybody, and that makes sense to everybody, and it'll be a big help to Kyle. Like when he went down and got his new truck a couple of weeks ago. Of course, you know, we only spent $103,000, and they couldn't put a tank of gas in it.
Seriously?
Diesel, you know, what do you expect?
It was brought
So we
up.
sent him with a debit card, but yeah.
I mentioned that.
What's that?
It was brought up.
You'd think for that much money, they'd at least fill it.
There was
But anyway, so, any questions on that? I'd like to get a motion and get that approved so we can get that into the works.
I'll make a motion to get a credit card for the Town of Homer Highway Superintendent
With a maximum limit of
$1,000.
of $1,000.
second.
Any other discussion on that? Those in favor say aye.
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 Opposed? Okay, so we have two trucks that Kyle would like to declare surplus. One is we declared it surplus, I think 2 years ago or 3 years ago. It was the 2012 gray Dodge. It went to auction, only brought 5,000, and John and I talked about it. We decided we could get a couple more years out of it at $5,000, so we kept it. It is to the point now it does need to go. We got a 2017 Ram pickup, is that right, Kyle?
Yep.
And that one, do you want to explain what's going on with those trucks?
Yeah, they're, well, the gray one there, the 2012, that's got every check engine light on. It's wore out, shakes, it's rusting apart. Probably, in my opinion, it wouldn't be worth putting any money into to get it. It would take a lot, and the rust has got to it, so. The other truck is running, good at the moment. We've put some money into that. With they're having, those trucks have in that, the 2017-18, they've got brake issues and this is starting to have some leak power steering, and the brake systems are connected. It's starting to have some problems with that. It's just starting to rust through. It's got 93,000 miles on it. It's a good truck. It's diesel. It's a 1 ton. I'm driving it around to check roads and I'm driving it around. We don't need something probably that heavy. I'd like to get something a little more better on fuel, maybe not so sprung so heavy. And it'd be a good time to get rid of it. I think you could get a good dollar out of it. Just under 100,000.
Both, you're gonna replace both vehicles with another vehicle?
One vehicle, yeah.
Replace two with one?
Yeah.
I see.
And I'm working on looking for a new one.
Kyle, before we get into that, let's get a hold on this, on these two.
Yeah,
So part of the problem with the 27, with the Rams, 2017, it's hard to get parts for these Dodges.
Parts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even the 2018 we had, there's obsolete parts on 2018 Dodge.
That's crazy.
So I'm hoping that he likes some besides Dodge, but that'll be up to him. Seems like they're just hard to get parts anymore.
No, well, I give they've probably gotten better now, but.
All right, anyway, so I need a motion to declare the 2017, or I'll make the motion, I want to declare the 2017 Ram pickup surplus and a 2012 Dodge pickup surplus. So I'll make that motion, I need a second.
Add to that authorized sale.
Authorized
Yeah,
auction.
it'll be an authorized municipal auction.
I'll second it with that amendment.
Any other discussion on that? Okay, those in favor, say aye.
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 Opposed? Carried. So now Kyle, he's looking at a new pickups. We were kind of hoping he'd have a price tonight, didn't work out, but go ahead and explain what you'd like to get done.
Just gas, something that a little better on fuel than something I can drive around, check roads. In the wintertime, for 5 months out of the year, I have to go look, make sure the roads are ready to go every day. So, it's something I'm gonna spend a lot of time in. And other places every day, driving here and there. So just maybe a Chevy 2500 pickup truck.
Do they have state bids available for things like that?
They do, and he's been looking at it, but he
I
did,
reached out to 8 different dealers and, and 2 state bid dealers. And, they give you a certain amount of money off the MSRP or off the price of that vehicle.
Does it make a
So
significant
sometimes
difference?
It doesn't matter if it's state bid, you can still get, but I've been, and I'm glad I called all these other people. But, we're gonna narrow down, I think we get something for a pretty good price.
didn't you say you talked to Phil, the town or the village just bought some trucks, and
Yeah.
McNerney gave him a better price, not on state bid and state
So it
bid.
doesn't matter, right? So instead of just calling up Robert Green, what we usually do, it's a more legwork, but.
So hopefully next month we'll have some information and
Yeah.
opportunity to vote on a new truck and get them in. Sure. So Kyle's gonna put these other 2 trucks up. They probably won't go to auction for another month. Is that what you're thinking?
Well, yeah, I talked to the guy. It's not a good time of year. They don't, the auction guy told me this isn't a good time of year. You get more money when the weather's better. I can.
No, I'd say leave it to your discretion, and you got the authority now, whenever you wanna put them in there, put them in.
And, we have other trucks. But yeah, that's sort of,
Okay.
what we was thinking.
So the last thing that affects the highway department, Dave McAvoy, gave us his retirement letter, so his retirement, he's gonna retire March 28th. I think it was, and unfortunately, I left this letter at my other office. 29 years, wasn't it? He had
Yeah.
29 between the village and the town. So he's gonna be retiring March 28th. And so we need to accept his resignation and file it.
What happens if we don't accept it?
He's still gonna retire, it's just a proper thing to do.
No, we won't let you.
So we have to.
You wanna talk to his wife? He's looking forward to it. I can't say he's going to after all those years.
I will make a motion to accept Dave McAvoy's retirement
As of March 20th.
as of March
28th.
28th, 2025.
I'll second.
Second.
Give it to Sarah.
Any other comments on that? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? So I want to wrote into the record, we really appreciate Dave's, all his years of service and dedication to the town of Homer and to the village. Okay, we'll move on. Boy, we're gonna get out of here in record time tonight. Clerks.
We passed out our report, our balancing report from ATC for taxes. We collected already 82% of our taxes. January was crazy. It was very, very busy. I think at the end of January, actually, we collected 75% altogether. So yeah, we were very busy. We were hopping, that's for sure. I think last week when we did another report, there are 180 parcels into the payment plan. So that's usually about correct. It's usually around 200 parcels that utilize the payment plan. And other than that, we don't really have a lot more to collect. It seems like somebody kind of pulled the power cord. We were talking about it today. We had credit card payments rolling in like crazy and they just stopped. So we even called to make sure it was working because we're like, we haven't got a credit card payment in a while. And they said, nope, we haven't received one since the 4th. I said, okay, we just wanted to make sure. It seemed odd.
They did make the town, by law, they gotta cut the supervisor a check by the end of January for our town taxes. So they did that, it's been deposited and invested. They also, anything else for the clerks? Brooke, you got anything? Well, you do, so our next up is our 2025 tax extension letter. We do that every year. I don't know, do you have a copy?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's in there.
So we need a motion and a second on this. Do you want it read out loud, or can you guys just read it? You got it in front of you, so just read it. Should have read it already.
Yeah.
Make a motion?
I make the motion to accept the 2025 tax extension letter.
Second on that?
I'll second that.
Discussion. Those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Again, thank you clerks for, boy, it's been busy there. The three of them, they just been flat out. If they stop in and they're just going fast and people coming, which is a good thing. I mean, it's amazing.
It's not even a comfortable place to visit anymore, you know?
Oh, come on.
Go someplace where it's a little more relaxing.
You just come at the wrong time, that's all.
That's that what?
I already did the budget adjustments, they're done, the comprehensive plan, just give you a quick update on that. Of course, you knew that we got turned down, been talking to Rich Cunningham that wrote our comprehensive plan. I did a debriefing with the state, I can't remember, the days go by so quick. So I did a debriefing with the state on our plan, they told us what we did wrong, they said we got a very good opportunity that most places do get turned down the first time around. So they encouraged us to reapply, so I'm gonna meet with Rich Cunningham on 19th. We're gonna go over it, I asked Mike McMahon to sit in on our planning committee chairman, and of course anyone on the board is always welcome, to go over what he's gonna suggest, tell us what the costs are gonna be. He says they're gonna be minimal, but I hear minimum, I wanna hear dollars and cents. And then we'll probably move forward and get that ready to submit, because that'll be coming up. You know when that has to be done again? Probably, well, last time it didn't get done to the end of December.
We usually do in July,
Okay.
and then
They're awarded.
they're awarded later.
So it's still like to have it professionally done, you know, by a group. It's too hard. 20 years ago, the group here did it, but it's just so much more complex to try to do it in-house now. So hopefully we'll get it on the second time. And they said you stand a good chance of doing it, we just need it, and they suggested where we need to tighten up. So that's coming up on our comprehensive. Still haven't heard anything back, other than what I reported last month on our building drawings. I did get a bill today, for the girls to file it, they're not getting any more money till we get some drawings. Because it's gonna create, we already played them a good share of money, and I still have no drawings that we can go to bid on, so. They can wait a little bit till we get some drawings. Other than that, okay, so one thing that does affect Kyle, yeah, you know, Kyle's ain't been there a month, but using so much electricity, National Grid saying, there's nothing to do to Kyle, and I don't understand this. There's nothing different in that facility that I can see in the last 10 years. And now they're threatening to go to a demand meter. So they're gonna give us 2 more months, and if our usage stays high, they're gonna get a demand meter.
I did, after you told me that, did you tell them anything about the energy money that we had to do the lights or something, or I don't?
They know all about it, yeah, we gotta sit down and figure
I
out.
don't know, nothing's different that we've done in a month.
No, it's not your fault. They're saying the last 3 or 4 months our demand is up, so,
Yeah.
but they've also been changing these smart meters, so what I asked
Yeah.
our girls to do for me is get last year's, all their electric bills for last year. I wanna look at it and see what's going on, because this does not make sense. I don't know if you know what a demand meter is, so you get a spike in your power every day, and that highest spike, so for the month, you pay at the highest spike, and then you pay for your actual usage.
They claim that at any given time, they've got to be able to supply you with that amount of electricity. So that's their reason for saying that it's fair to them, but it sure doesn't make a lot of sense that any one spike is what you're paying the whole month. Somebody's getting rich.
I don't understand it, because all they doing is got lights over there, they're not running a welder, they're one little computer, that computer probably put it over the top, guys.
No, it was a refrigerator. It was a refrigerator.
Well, we went to a new refrigerator.
Yeah, but you said the last 4 months or so. It was a 1950s refrigerator.
What kind of air compressor?
And the heat, I mean, there's
Oh.
nothing, that's gas, so it doesn't make sense, so we're gonna look into
I
it.
don't know what.
I've heard this story, like I've heard a lot of people complaining,
It's
ridiculous.
been-
making the same complaints about national.
We did take.
I got a notification last night that our energy bill for our house went up 23%.
Yep.
So then I said to
Is that,
Matt,
is that part of the problem right there, or is that?
It's not that it went up, it's the actual usage.
that's what they said, and they broke it down, 6 AM until 12 PM, 12 PM till 6 PM, 6 PM until 12 AM, 12 AM until 6 AM. And she goes, "You trying to get me to believe that I have all the lights on in the house at 6 AM?" And I go, "No." So then we looked at it, we got the bill today, and our usage did not go up at all. So I don't know why.
So smart meters.
Mike, can I see the letter, please?
How much of a price difference are we talking about?
I don't know yet, so what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna look at the bills, and then I'm gonna talk, and if it looks flat, I'm gonna ask them to come up and put a different meter on. They can meter, I talked to Tim Smith on that too, the electrician.
I've had demand,
That's what he said, there's no way that we should have a demand meter. Actually, we're probably using more electricity in this building than we are over there.
All the computers and everything.
I'm on demand, but.
Well, yeah, I mean, there's more heat in this building, more lights, more people, more everything. I mean, they go in the morning, they're out plowing all day. All right, anyway, so that's where we're at on that. Do you have anything, Dan?
Yeah, I guess the only thing I would bring up is that I talked to Kevin McMahon about a month ago or so, and he had some concerns about some variances that had been issued over the past several years, where the property owners had not actually acted on the variances. So I talked to Mike about this, I'm gonna run some language by the planning board to get a recommendation from them to come up with a way to put an expiration date on variances. Just because as time passes, things change. It doesn't make sense to have a variance go on forever if it's not acted on by the property owner. So, just something to think about.
Anything from any board member? Meeting's adjourned. Look at that, a half an hour meeting.